Not Wi-Fi issues this time. Got laptop issues. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, I'm back now. How we all doing? Wednesday, middle of the week. Hope we're all good. Attempt number 2. You know, you've not been on for a few days, Ryan, and you're off, mate, with your lovely commentary. So let me try and get a really good spot for this. Sorry. Let me get a really good spot for it. There we go. That'll do. And then I can bring up your comments as well. No one on Xbox, so I guess I'm Martin. Yeah, sorry, mate. Ryan, what do you think of Thog doing? Is he the one who does it with his dad? Don't watch him. Don't watch many football things on YouTube. Mainly Minecraft YouTubers I've been watching for near enough a decade. And me. And Andy. Wrestling stuff. Martin also, he's getting the sack. Hi, Martin. Are you fine? I am. Chenub, I'm fine. He's finally here. I know. I have laptop issues now. Wi-Fi sorted, it's now the laptop. But I'm getting a new one. New one is ordered. So, hope we're all right. Wednesday evening, sorry. What we're going to do today, we're going to talk a little bit about a plan that UEFA are apparently looking at. A little bit about Pep Guardiola possibly having to break a promise that he did make. We're going to look at a warning sent by Jurgen Klopp. A little bit about our new signing, already feeling at home. Then we're going to have to look at a bit of an issue with the Newcastle takeover that apparently City and United have been urged to join in with. And I don't know how I feel about that, if I'm going to be honest. It's not something I really want to join in with. If I'm going to be totally honest with you, I don't really want us to join in with it. And then also, when I've got my other laptop on, we're going to have a little bit about Gundogan and his lockdown. And then a little bit about a plan that an MP has come out with today. So, loads to talk about. I wish I'd have had my computer working. Ryan, mate, you just deal what you need to deal with and I'll deal with mine, yeah? Vidya Shakya says, hi Martin, hope you're good, buddy. So, what I'm going to do with, I'm going to start with this first. Apparently, there is a plan in place at the moment where the Premier League are in talks with the government over showing live TV football on terrestrial TV. So, on like your preview, things like that, they're looking at. Now, this has come from the Culture Secretary, Oliver Dowden. It was confirmed today that the top flight is considering showing games on free TV channels such as the BBC and the ITV. So the Premier League could be shown on these channels to stop people going to their mates' houses to watch it. I don't know if that's even going to happen, but I don't think it will. I think it won't. You're not going to stop people doing that, if you want my honest opinion. You're still going to have parties. You're still going to have barbecues in this weather and everything else, especially if the games are quite big. You're going to get that. And apparently he was asked about the prospect of footy being shown on free-to-air, and Mr. Dowden, speaking today at a meeting of the Department of Culture for Media and Sport, said it's a very good point and I've raised exactly this challenge to the Premier League in the conversations I've had with them. These are direct quotes. I have said to the Premier League in particular, I think it wouldn't send the best signal if they were one of the first major sports to resume behind closed doors and the public at large couldn't have access to it. I appreciate that sports are reliant on the revenue they derive from subscriptions, so I don't want to issue some blanket mandate on trying to change things around. But they are mindful and there are different ways you can protect revenue from broadcasters, but also look at ways of increasing the access. I have urged them to do that, and that's what they are all considering. I need to be mindful of access points, but that doesn't have to be just in the form of going on to traditional terrestrial channels or indeed showing all of the matches. I'll put it no more strongly than that, and it says the Premier League, currently suspended due to the coronavirus, could resume as early as June the 8th, with all this putting them into a big hotel and everything else. But the government has warned football will not be given any special treatment, as Andy said yesterday, and the players and staff would still need to be tested before any play resumes. So that's the plan at the moment from the Culture Secretary, Oliver Dowden. Which I think is just madness at the moment. Total and utter madness. Andy's on. Hi mate, how was your first day back at work? It's not my first day back at work, my first day in work. I'm still working from home. For next season, my dream signings will be Alaba, Skriniar and Isco. You can forget Alaba not come in and Isco won't come. That's been done, dusted. Alex is on. Saudi UAE are friendly to Abu Dhabi, Qatar, PSG owners, BN Sports and arch enemies of Saudi Arabia. But I want Newcastle to get the new Arab owners, says Lofat. That might not be happening. Hello, let's talk about Mike's favourite player. Thoughts on swapping Salah for Davies and maybe a little bit of money? No. I was talking to a chap earlier on social media telling me how Sane was worth 100 million still, because would Messi go for half his value in the last year of his contract. So that was his argument. So that was Oliver Dowden talking about football on terrestrial TV. Now, the next thing that UEFA are looking at, believe it or not, is if the season has to be null and voided, has to be cancelled, they're looking at going off a coefficient system, which basically will look at, I will just get it up for you. So it will look at the number of points. So UEFA's 55 member nations are braced for showdown talks on Thursday over the best way to conclude the football season amid the coronavirus crisis. And the temperature is already rising, with serious doubts over whether the remaining fixtures in several countries will even be completed amid lockdowns and high death tolls, and a consensus somehow does need to be found. Some members like Holland, the Eredivisie, are looking at cancelling their season already, although this could have major legal implications, as Belgium have already done so already, as Andy did mention last night. But others like England and certainly Germany, where the Bundesliga could restart on May the 9th, are pushing forward on the assumption that the season can and will be concluded. Yet, whatever happens, at some point a new season will have to start, and that means deciding on European qualification. And one proposal heard in a preliminary conference call yesterday was deciding each country's participation based on UEFA club coefficient system. So, the coefficient proposal, I will tell you. The idea will be discussed between UEFA and the influential UEFA clubs on Wednesday, today, ahead of tomorrow's executive committee meeting. If the leagues across Europe can't be completed because of the COVID-19 pandemic, next season's Champions League spots will be allocated using UEFA's coefficient. The system takes into account clubs' performances in Europe over the past 5 years, and the further they progress, the more points they acquire. Naturally, more points are awarded for success in the most prestigious Champions League than the Europa League. So, as it stands at the moment, Liverpool are top. We're second, Leicester third, Chelsea are fourth. That is not how the season would then finish. Let me just get into your comments. I'll come back to that. I don't want to miss all your comments today. Newcastle deal as good as done, mate. Rest assured it will plough money into the Premier League. It's a no-brainer. It's not good as done, low fat. I'll show you that now. Ashley's in a win-win situation now. He is, let's be honest. David's signing a new contract. Hello from California. Hello, Noah. Newcastle has been as good as bought on around 10 occasions. Exactly. Scotty Moore's on. I think it will be Sky and BT put on a freeview channel by them, not ITV and Sky, unless they give us some FA Cup and England matches. Well, now I'm up to date with them. Chris Baker's on, hi mate. The coefficient, this is the way it'll be. So take the current top four. We've got Liverpool, City, Leicester and Chelsea. If City's European ban is upheld, then the final Champions League spot will be given to the team in fifth, which is Manchester United. But if UEFA's coefficient is used, then the English top four will be number 1 Manchester City, 2 Liverpool, 3 Manchester United and 4 Arsenal. meaning Leicester and Chelsea miss out, and if we're disqualified, Tottenham will take our place. That's if they go off the coefficient table. If they can't figure anything out, there'll be no champions crowned. We'll just go off the coefficient table. So if you're Leicester and Chelsea, you're opening up a can of worms legally, big style, because the prize pot for European Cup competition was swollen by worldwide television rights, and it was worth around 1.8 billion for last season alone. So if you're Chelsea and Leicester right now, and you're hearing that could happen, you are talking massive, massive legal implications, big style, if UEFA have to go down that road. Don't know how I feel about it. I'm a bit like that. It's a tricky one, and I wouldn't want to be the decision makers in this. We are banned deaf at the moment unless anything changes at CAS. We're banned at the moment, but the problem is, Lofat, we have to be allowed the chance to have our appeal heard. Sorry, Matt, I don't quite get it. I missed a part of the stream. How would we end up being first, Liverpool second? Goes off Alex, coefficient point. It doesn't mean there'll be any champions. There'll be no champions. What they'll do is they'll go on a coefficient point system, which goes off your past history in the last 5 seasons in all European competitions. The further you get, the more points you acquire. If it's going on a Europa League, you say you've had 3 years in the Europa, 2 leagues in the 2 seasons in the Champions League, you get more points acquired for being in the Champions League, obviously. It's some little backstage sort of table that UEFA use, really. And that's where we're at with it. It's a bit complicated. I don't think they're really going to want to use this way, but that's the way they're going to have to look at it if the season is ended up null and void. Because Holland, apparently the Dutch league, is very close to cancelling their league off, because they're apparently been told they ain't going to play any football until, I think it was October time. So that tells you it's straight away out the chute. That's how the season could end possibly. Yes, but there'll be no champions, Alex. We won't be champions, mate. Where you work, who was the biggest supporters of clubs in the Premier League? Well, of course, United. Of course. A lot of the people do support City, though. A lot of the youngsters. So that's the coefficient information. So yeah, again, I know it's very complicated, but let me explain. It's not going to be put onto who wins the trophies, who wins. It's not about trophies. It's about European qualification, and it'll be worked out on a point system acquired that UEFA have. You know, this isn't done by anybody else. UEFA have this point system, and it'll be looked at over the last 5 seasons, how well you've done in Europe, how far you've got, have you won the competition exactly. But City have got the most points out of all the English clubs so far. So they'll finish first, but there'll be no, doesn't mean we're champions. It's not the Premier League, it's for European qualification, which means Chelsea and Leicester lose out. Arsenal go in as 4th, believe it or not. And if we miss out, our band is upheld, then Tottenham will go into it in our place. Cass have done tons of appeals to here before City, exactly, so I think we'll be in it. Low fat, I think we'll be in the competition. Is there any news on Cass? No. Also, this is UEFA thing, yes. What about the domestic cups? Has that been discussed? No, it hasn't, because right now, like I said, this Oliver Dowden and the Premier League are desperate to get football back, but they're going to do it in a safe manner. Premier League teams should tell UEFA to do one. Who do they think they are? They only run the European Club Biscuit competitions. Yeah, apparently there's legal ramifications with Holland if they do close their league down. No, it's not like people are dying or anything with a global pandemic. Hello, everyone. Hello, Lankow. Right, the next thing we're going to talk about. How is Arsenal in next season's competition? They're not at the moment. It's only if the league gets cancelled, then it'll go on a coefficient point system. Holland should tell them to do one. They should, but they won't do. Because UEFA seems to have all the power. I don't know why. Infantino, I'd love to know how he does it. You know, David Gill has something to do with it as well. So Champions League in EL Sports could be determined based on club score in the last 5 seasons, Alex. Not last couple, the last 5. Then England, then Spain, then Italy. It's going to happen. We're not going to play football again. I promise you. You're all thinking we're going to finish this season. We're not going to finish it. I promise you. I don't think we will. I really don't. You know, I was all giddy the other day thinking I'm going on holiday in July. I've just found out where I'm going on holiday. They're not opening the borders to foreigners until October. So there's my holiday gone. Can you do more FIFA career modes? Anyway, who cares about the Champions League garbage competition? Exactly. UEFA Mafia Russians run. Right, let's talk about this then. You mentioned it about Newcastle. Well, let's talk about City and United have apparently been urged to help block the Newcastle United takeover by the Saudis. So, this is to do, so if we get the Champions League final and win it, that will make a mockery of the Champions League as they say the winners have a chance to defend it. We will, because they can't ban us without us. Could you imagine how much money they owe us? Say we get banned out of this competition for the 2 years while this global pandemic is. And they turn around and say to us, Martin, Man City, you're out the competition. And City go to CAS and get their appeal won. And they win the appeal. Do you know how much money that UEFA are going to owe us for lost revenue? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. I don't think the season will finish. The FA don't care about public health. I do think the season will finish. All right. It's all about money for them. You say that, but I'm not sure now. I think they're getting a bit scared now by the backlash. In my opinion, at least, what have I missed, Ryan? This season is finishing 100%. I wouldn't be 100% on it, mate. Why would City and Man U help block that deal? The talk has turned the last few days more towards not finishing than finishing. It's going down that road now. If Holland, it took one big league to stop. Belgian league, I wouldn't class as big. The Dutch league, that's now getting quite big. If the Dutch league pull out and you're talking Ajax, talking PSV, yeah. But anyway, back onto this. Apparently, the Magpies' proposed takeover moved a step closer last week after Mike Ashley entered into a £300 million agreement with a consortium led by American businesswoman Amanda Staveley and backed by Saudi Arabian Sovereign Wealth Fund, who will bankroll the operation and own 8% of the club. However, in a blow to Newcastle, this is in the Times, so it isn't just in the Sun or anything, this is in the Times, has revealed guitar-based television channel BN has asked the Premier League to block the potential takeover, accusing Saudi Arabia of playing their part in pirate broadcasting of matches. Yusuf Al-Obadli, the chief executive of BN, wrote to the chairman of the Premier League saying the potential acquirement of Newcastle caused huge damage to your clubs and the Premier League's commercial revenues. The legacy of the illegal service will continue to impact you going forward, the letter said. When the Premier League season recommences in the coming months, all of the league's broadcasters' content will continue to be readily and illegally available via the IPTV streaming functionality of the BOQ set-top boxes, which were sold in significant quantities in Saudi Arabia, and the broader MENA, which is the Middle East and North African region. Furthermore, given the crippling economic effect that coronavirus is having on the sports industry, this is all happening at a time when football needs to protect their broadcast revenue the most. They've also wrote to the Premier League chief exec Richard Masters to fully scrutinise Newcastle's prospective new owners, including their Saudi backers. To the extent the reports about the acquisition of Newcastle United are correct, we consider it essential for the Premier League to fully investigate the potential acquirement of the club, including our directors, officers and other representatives from the KSI, PFI or other Saudi Arabian entities involved in or otherwise providing any financing for the acquisition. There appear to be several reasons why such an investigation is being called for by other parties. Our request is purely based on Saudi Arabia's past and present theft of your and your members' club intellectual property rights. Whoa, well, there you go. So, you thought we were going to get it. Newcastle are getting it big style. Let me get back into your comments. Yeah, I'm good, Robert. How are you, mate? What's your least favourite song? I don't really have one. Is the league in Belgium finished? Yes. They only had one game left. They're not doing the playoffs. Contingency plans for null and void are being spoken about more and more. 1 week ago, it wasn't even on the table. Non-league vote, non-league's finished. That's been finished today, that. What is the club doing about the season tickets? Well, at the moment, they're doing nothing, Peter Kelly. We'll just get our money back, apparently, is what the email I got. Saudi Arabia Prince will give the FA a small brown envelope. It'll happen. Well, beIN Sport isn't a small little company, low fat. I want it to end. We'll create endless jokes on our Liverpool fans, but I don't see it being cancelled. How do you see it being continued then, Ryan? Like they said, there is not an open date to end this. We can't still be talking about this at Christmas time to finish this season. Peter, clubs won't offer refunds until exactly. Ryan, we all want that. Hi, Robert, are you annoyed that I asked if you're a Liverpool fan? It'll be scrapped, but they will give the Bin Dippers the title. Low fat, no, they won't. There is talk about they'll give Liverpool first place, but they won't be declared as champions. They can't give a title to a club. That's the way around it, I've read now, is that they will declare Liverpool finishing first, but there'll be no league title. I want us to win the FA Cup and Champions League, don't we all? But we've got to put people's lives before that. beIN Sport is owned by PSG Guitaro, and well, we all know why. We can still have this season at Christmas. We can't, Ryan. Ryan, we can't. This is not... The Premier League have already said this is not going to be a forever thing. They can't keep going it. How do you do the Champions League? They're not going to delay the Champions League, mate, and say, well, we won't do the Champions League. Can't see the season resuming after July. If this pandemic doesn't settle down by the end of May, the season may be cancelled. Who published something today recommending no mass gatherings at sporting events? Exactly, my mates. This is not. We seem to think we come out of lockdown and everything reopens. They're sort of not opening pubs until Christmas. This is not. There's going to be a 3-stage coming out of lockdown. Like I said, going abroad. I got told today that my holiday when I was going to Tenerife in July, they ain't going to allow foreigners into the country until October. They're going to want the locals to go out first, and then they're going to be on social distancing on the beach. Martin, but we are still in the FA Cup and Champions League. We'll get chances to win the trophies. I don't want them to cancel the season. So you'd rather people... Come on. I don't mean this to sound awful here, but people are dying, and we're desperate for a season to continue. Come on. Give your heads a wobble a minute. It's also possible a second spike. Exactly. Thank you, Kamal. This is not just... What if we get a second wave of this? Oh, we all come out, we all think we're great, and there's a second wave of it. World Snooker Championship starting July the 31st. Is that confirmed? Because I wouldn't guarantee that is. Let's put it on, mate. My holiday company I was going with yesterday told me I was still going. Today, the area I'm going has said something different. The season needs to be cancelled. It does. You just can't turn off the virus. Exactly. It's about human lives. Spot on, Andy. I'd say work back from the Winter World Cup. It's going to be a difficult one. I'll tell you that. Right. Let's move on to... It's okay saying matches will be played behind closed doors, but what happens when the new season starts? How do you do social distance in the grounds? Can't be done next season. Won't start till late October, in my opinion. I'm in the same boat of wanting this season to continue and finish. I know you are, but you're sounding, don't mean to be awful, but it's like, screw what's going on around the world. I want the season finished. Come on. Let's give our heads a wobble. Ain't like stadiums are going to sell out once fans are full. Exactly. Do you think Euros in? What? Euros are in what? Right. I don't know. Catherine Killian with Sean. I don't know if it will be. Right, let me talk about... The only certain thing about this is that there will be numerous waves of this flu. It's not the flu. Stop calling it the flu. It's not the flu. Can't we just decided it on a game of FIFA 20? I wish we could. Right, next one. Pep Guardiola might have to break a transfer promise. Hey, where's Tom when you need him? Pep once said, and this is a little bit about what Andy said yesterday, he talked about Sylvain Distin and John Stones, and apparently Pep said once that he would never sell John Stones. These are the exact quote back of the 17-18 season. I don't know how people believe we're going to sell John Stones, he said in the back of the end of the 17-18 season. He's a young player, an international English player, is a huge part of the reason why we won the title. I don't know how long I will be here in Manchester, but as long as I'm here, John Stones will be with us. So, but according to that, they're now looking at selling John Stones. He's not been offered a new contract. He's only got 12 months left after when we start this new season. He's in the same boat as Sane, and there's not even been a contract offered. Sane's had numerous contract offers. John Stones has not had a single contract offer, which tells me, should tell you, he's not really going to have a future. So looks like Pep's going to have to break a little promise that he made us all. PPE in City Store, is it? They're up to 30. Yep, I did read that, mate. He'll release John Stones instead. Next thing, because I don't want to talk about John Stones too much. I've just coughed and my dog's just left the room. Well, Jurgen Klopp has sent a warning to City and United, believe it or not, speaking out about the potential of his team as they look to build on their achievements. Jurgen Klopp is confident that Liverpool can get even better under his leadership, and the 2019 Champions League winners were on course to break a slew of records on their way to their first English title in 30 years, which has been paused due to the coronavirus. So regardless of what happens this season, Klopp's team will be decided to beat next season, which we all know, as City and United and others look to oust Liverpool from the top spot. However, the German has warned that he expects the team to get better, especially with the young potential coming through their academy. These are exact quotes from Klopp. We will not change, that's the first thing, but whether we will be successful depends on what other clubs are doing as well, because they have all a chance to improve, do things a little bit better, so I have no clue what the future will hold, he told Sky Sports. But we will not change. This team is not the finished article, and we have a lot of space for improvement, and we work on that. Will we get better? Of course we will. So there's Jurgen Klopp with a little firing shot to City and United. That they're going to get better. It takes 200 plus people to run a Premier League match behind closed doors. Yes, minimum. John Stones started to fall apart after him and his girlfriend fell off the edge. Good point, Blue Art. Minimum, Scott, exactly. I think they should keep Stones because there was a EU in 100-point season where he really good with a run of games. If he can't get a run of games, he just can't get a run of games. I don't think he's good enough, Robert Lang. That was 2 years ago. Has he improved in 2 years? Not really, not for me. John Stones and Otamendi aren't good enough. Otamendi is. Otamendi's better than Stones. I think what this tells you something. When a like Distan said in the article Andy read out yesterday, when a CDM's getting into centre back before you, tells you something. Do you think Man City will ever win at Anfield? Because it's really frustrating me that 7 years. Of course we will. We never won at the Swamp at one point. We win there every year now. Clippity Clop for the Grand National next season. Yeah. Stones is, well, there you go. Imagine how good we could be with a decent defence. Yeah. If you're going to get better, then we'll have to get even better than them. Challenge made. Challenge. Let's rise to it. First thing I remember Stones by that is that clearance. Exactly. He has had his moments, but we need consistency, not a moment. Right. Where should we go to next? Upamecano. Hey, I've said it right. Apparently, he's now on the market for less than his release clause. His release clause is 53 million. But apparently, according to French football, he's going to be available for around 35 million. Now, for me, if you can get Upamecano for £35 million, bargain. Bring him in. I know he plays right-footed, and we're buying Yankau too, and we've just bought this young Peruvian, and we've got Walker, and we're buying everyone with the right foot. Apparently, Upamecano is the guy. we want, along with Skriniar. And could you imagine that? Could you imagine that partnership of Upamecano and Milan Skriniar? That'd be some. That would be some partnership. Do you think Kompany will come back in the future in some sort of role? Yes, not for a while though. Thank you very much, Alex. I've been practicing. Oh, come on, Ryan. Very negative today. I've got the key to the closed doors. Just another Mangala. Who is? Have you studied him low fat? Have you watched him week in, week out? I like Otamendi, never injured. I like Otamendi. I do. Jan Couto has been settling in to his, not to his new surroundings, but he's met some new teammates already. The highly rated Brazilian defender who we've signed or will sign for 10 million as soon as he turns 18 and he can sign some professional papers. Apparently, he's revealed he's already met the club's Brazilian trio, Gabriel Jesus, Fernandinho, and Edison. So we announced the signing of Couto with a statement on the morning of the victorious Carabao Cup final. What a no better way to make a signing than on a cup final day. And apparently the fee is going to be up to £10 million. On the condition we can get a work permit, we're going to have to satisfy the boards and the appeal boards to say that he will play the right amount of games. Or he's going to end up like a Douglas Luiz and be sent out on loan and then eventually sold with a buyback clause. So, the MEN did report in the aftermath of the City announced that City convinced Couto to join the club instead of the Catalonians Barcelona, as 3 weeks after winning the tournament. The right-back was at the Etihad for the first derby of the season, as part of a trip where he was walked and talked through what his prospects at the club will be. Pep also spoke to the teenager personally, who would return to Manchester a month later to complete his medical, having been convinced, and has now revealed that he's also met his fellow countrymen while over in Manchester. These are exact quotes from Jan Couto. I already had coffee with the three of them. They welcomed me very well. They gave me attention. They played games, Couto to Global. I had a closer relationship with Fernandinho last year. I already had dinner with him. When I went in February, I had dinner again, even with his family. But the three are good people. That's Jesus, Edison and Fernandinho. I hope that we stay close and that I get closer to the group. They will definitely help me. So City's last signing was obviously the proving teenager Clive Firth Aguilar, which I talked about the other day. Couto will remain at his club Coritiba until he turns 18 on June the 3rd of this year. But his arrival may be delayed even further due to the coronavirus pandemic and then his work permit. So the young Brazilian fella's getting to know his surroundings already. Isn't that good? So we've done that one. Talked about Newcastle. Right. The last thing we're going to talk about. Ilkay Gundogan has opened up about the lockdown problem that he's facing. You know, these multimillionaires, they've got problems. They're sat in the mansions. They can't get out. Swimming pools, you know, it's boiling up, but they've got enough to swim around in the private swimming pools. It's terrible, isn't it? Anyway, Ilkay Gundogan has been speaking about the issues that have sprung up during lockdown. It makes me laugh, this, I'm sorry. Issues that have sprung up with multimillionaires. They've admitted that motivation has been a problem during lockdown. Oh my Gideon. My heart bleeds for the poor devils. The Man City player, like the rest of the squad, has been given an individual programme to keep fit during the time away, and he's now stretching to a second month. It'll be a third month soon, don't you worry. I'm going to have to get back into your comments in a moment. There are some virtual team sessions put on by the club, and Gundogan is also working over FaceTime with Leroy Sané and a personal trainer that they share during the week. But the daily routine of footballers has been not skewed by the pandemic, as in everyone's lives. A straight talker, the midfielder, was candid about the difficulties of keeping up a training regime while being away from the environment that works. And these are exact quotes. I have had a few things to do and then I'm ready to go. To be honest, it's not so easy to motivate yourself these days every day when you are training, he said. Some days it's harder than others. Isn't it just? If Gundogan has struggled with his job, he also has used what he affords him to help those less fortunate, which is good. Whatever knocking for that. The 29-year-old has shown his charitable side before spending some of his birthday back in October helping out children's charities in Manchester. During the problems caused by the coronavirus, among the ways he is helping is through an initiative that provides care packages for nurses and shopping service for those in his hometown. So, but apparently he's finding it a little bit hard. Deary me. I'm just going to get back into your comments because I'm way behind with them. Let me get back into them. So is Ilkay Gundogan? Do you feel sorry for him? If you want to, by the way, yeah, Andy did a great video last year on Upamecano and some of the German boys. And he's posted a link. Get over and watch that and you'll find out how good a player he is. I watched Bundesliga. I watched the Leipzig defender. Nothing special. Better than anything we've got apart from Laporte, though. I'm not sure if the news is correct, but apparently Koulibaly is interested in moving to England. I did read that Alex Todd. Too old for me. Too much money and too old. Remco says, yeah. He's too old. Possibly, yeah. I think he is. For the money, anyway. City should be chasing Varane. Definitely, but you're not going to get him. But, yeah. I think Cancelo might go in the summer. I do as well. I wouldn't rule out that Semedo swap deal. Not the City model. Won't you wait for investigate something else? Stop us making signings. Who are UEFA? Who are they? They're just controlling everyone at the moment. I feel the coronavirus days are going really fast. It feels like 2 minutes and the day's over. I wish it did for me. I don't. El Chabo's retracted something. UEFA are owned by the Russian mafia. Look only as far as the biggest Champions League sponsor, Gazprom. Well, I'm not sure. I mean, it's your opinion. I'm not going to say they're owned by that on here. Do one else tell you're not even from Manchester? So I presume he said something not funny then. They're struggling, Martin. Our thoughts are with them. I know. These multimillionaires. Would love to know what I was timed out for. Because you've been very negative today, Ryan. And Andy timed you out. But you've been very negative and moaning. You're having to go at me about me things straight away. About my stream. Things go wrong, you know. We will catch Liverpool next season, I think, and win the league. We have too many injuries this season. Good point. Like that. Positive, mate. Quite your headless. What? England is, I don't know what you mean there, Ocean Rage. England is City Blue. We still own Community Shield, Carabao Cup. Exactly, low fat. I like it, but sometimes he's German Marmite. He is. You love him, you hate him. You can still have issues if you're rich, to be fair. No, I know you can, Scotty Mall, but come on. We can't be, oh my God. These multimillionaires can't be having it bad. Come on, there's people losing businesses here. Losing family members. I'd say it's put on, mate. You'd rather be in this situation in a multi-million mansion than you would here, wouldn't you? Martin, how long have you been on Man City on TV? Quite a while now. Why? Was replying to Count Dooku. Oh, sorry, I must have missed that one. Did I miss Count Dooku? Oh, about the red, yeah. Manchester's red, yeah. If you don't like it, train in isolation. Right, guys, any more questions? I do apologise about all the thing. My Wi-Fi was working fine. It's my laptop. But there's a new laptop on its way and ordered. And you might see some other changes coming up on the channel very soon. Positive ones. Well, wait till you see them. They're going to be magnificent. Feel for them, especially in their 10-bedroom mansion. Yeah, that's the problem. I do get what you mean, Scotty Mall. I get it. But it's a lot easier if you sat on a load of money, mate. I've started getting into playing football in the garden and think I'm okay if anyone needs a quick winger and penalty taker. Sign you up, get you over to Pep. It's because I've only known your voice since the start of the season. Well, you're new to the channel. Have you got 50p for the meter? Are you going to paint your room when you get your new laptop? There's loads of things happening, mate. Loads of things happening. Right. Anyway, I'm going to shoot now. Please all stay safe. You know what we're going to do. Stay safe. Look after yourselves. What is the best stadium you've been to? I've got a couple. For fans, Crystal Palace is one. Because they're mad. Crystal Palace Ultras are mad. Um, I did like Cardiff. Their fans are good. I'm trying to think. Stoke, they're quite good as well. I remember those days, mate. Leeds away. Leeds away wasn't as intimidating as what I thought it was going to be. If I'm going to be honest with you. Spurs, the new stadium. Oh, Alex has said Spurs. I wonder why. Should we let your secret out of the bag, Alex? Right, I'm going to shoot. Thank you all for coming on. You love Leicester. Yeah, I love being spat at and having money thrown at me. Greatest day of my life, that one. What a day that was. Chris Bacon knows all about that. Do you think City should sell Sane? Yeah. Yeah, of course I do. Yeah. And these people who think he's going to be £120 million, forget it. It's not going to happen. He's got 12 months left of his contract. But yes, I do think we'll sell him. I'll tell you how to meet a Scotter. The new White Hart Lane. Hey, Rob. Rob? Oh, talking about Robert Lang. Right, guys, I'm going to go. Please stay safe. Look after your loved ones. Make sure you're keeping the social distancing. If you've got any ideas, fling us over an email, mcfcfantv@gmail.com. So please stay safe. Thank you all for coming on. Been a pleasure. I'm going to sort this new laptop sorted out for you all. 50p in the back of the big wooden surround TV now. Have a good one, Mike and Andy and all you Blues. Stay safe. Thank you very much, Ocean Rage. Ryan, be a bit more cheerful next time you come on, mate. Come on. Positive. Cheers, guys. Man City is plastic. Oh, here we go. Bit like you sport. You ever seen them play? You ever been? When is Kiam's next live stream? Kiam's got loads of work on at the moment, so things might be delayed on that. There's so much work going on with him at the moment. See you all. Not as plastic as you, kid. Thanks, Martin. No problem, Chris. Thank you all. Blue Art, Ocean Rage, Robert, Ryan, everyone for coming on. Alex, even the idiots. Catherine Smillian Smith, Lancow, Robert, you've all been brilliant. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Look after yourselves. And as always, up the Blues. You're getting very good at this, Martin, than I knew you would. So ever since you shook my hand that day at the Etihad, Blue Art. Guys, take care. I love you all. I wouldn't do this without you guys. You make it worth all the while. See you guys soon.